Renaissance, I think, is a real thing actually right now. You know, you think about the South historically as having these very traditional paradigms of, you know, accent and culture and tradition, and I think that we're really pushing against all of those in a really positive, small batch kind of way. I think Southern Renaissance is all about kind of holding on to some of the things that make the South distinct and also evolving those particular attributes. And I think storytelling is one of those. I think our foodways is obviously the most widespread and approachable and understandable attribute.
I grew up in Charleston. I've been writing cookbooks from a perspective of a white guy who grew up in Charleston in the 80s. I think the stories we inherited as writers of our generation, you know, they overlooked a lot, or we just accepted what was told to us. Where I think now younger scholars, younger writers are going deeper. I've been writing about Southern food for 20 years now, and I'm learning I've never learned more than right now about this place, about where we've been, about where we're going, and that's an exciting thing.
Southern Renaissance to me, I have to say it's very important because I grew up into the Southern Renaissance. It's evolving. It's no longer just the South. You know, it's international.
If you told me 10 years ago that I was going to move to the South, I would have been like, you're kidding me. There's no way that's going to happen. I've only been here for maybe 4 or 5 years, and the South is just, Charleston itself, it just evolved so much, and I think that's a big part of this Southern Renaissance. It's growing, but yet it's still holding on to this amazing culture that has been here for so many years. So many restaurants are opening, and, but you know, a lot of people are still trying to preserve that old school Southern recipes that's been passed down through generations. I try to do that myself a little bit in our cooking because I feel the connection between Asian culture and the Southern culture, because we both have these just generations of recipes that we've been passed down from our parents, from our grandparents, and all just local ingredients, and it's just really this heartwarming, heartfelt food.
Southern Renaissance, I think, is a conversation, to me, about the evolution of Southern food and Southern culture, incorporating all of the historical backgrounds and the new influences from people like me from different countries, making our home here in the South and utilizing the ingredients that are indigenous to here, but also are indigenous to the places that we come from.
To me, Southern Renaissance is I think the current state of cooking in the South, and all of the, you know, when I think about an event like this, it's all the folks who represent the dynamic expressions of Southern food all over the South and all the places that it touches.
Southern Renaissance is, to me, refers to the reawakening of interest in the South, and a movement that sets forth Southern food in a new light. You know, Southern home cooking to us is very much alive, and we love the history of it, and we dive deep into the history of it, but we also see possibilities for where it might go to someplace new.
Southern Renaissance, it means basically tracing that footprint of where we were and where we're now. And I think that's a big thing for, you know, now we're focusing so much on cultural cuisine, which I think is very important. We need to know our history to do that. And I think that's important, that we trace our footsteps of where we've come from and where we are now, and really focusing and doing our history lessons on that cuisine and bringing that forward.